Back live here in Detroit, Michigan, where over 10,000 people saw the victory of Claressa Shields, still the undisputed women's middleweight champion. Another dominant victory for the GWOAT. Corey Erdman, Chris Algieri, and Chris Mannix back here ringside.
And Claressa Shields alongside us.
Yeah,
we let her pass through
yeah,
the just
of course, she's the champ. She's got to go.
Just Claressa Shields. Everybody else can stop. Everybody else can win.
There we have it. So Claressa Shields, again, another dominant victory. And guys, obviously the criticism all the time with Claressa Shields is when will the knockouts come? But there's more to it than that, obviously. And from a technical standpoint, there were gains that Claressa wanted to make in this fight as well, in particular punch placement. So Chris Algieri, evaluate what you saw from Claressa here tonight from that standpoint.
So a lot of what they were working on in the gym, what they were talking about during the fighter meetings, about their placing their punches, getting sit down on their feet. I saw that tonight. I think that she was actually throwing big power shots. She wasn't overwhelming herself. She wasn't just throwing volume. I think the knockout didn't come more because Cornejo is a very tough, fit challenger. And I think she actually belonged here. She deserved to be here tonight. You know, Lakeland replaced me like, oh, well, you know, she's getting run over. I don't think so. I think she belonged in the ring tonight. She showed herself to be a tough opponent. But I think a lot of the things that Claressa was working on, she was able to execute tonight. And, I mean, she does it all. She does it all. There are a few things that she can work on to go back to, and to go back to the gym with John David. But, I mean, all in all, I thought it was a great performance.
Chris Mannix, lastly, where can Claressa Shields find competition right now? Would it have to be down at 147, or does she have to wait for some of these challengers to start to mature?
I don't think I'd like to see Claressa Shields starve herself to get down to 147 pounds. That might be too much for her. And yeah, she's been looking for interesting matchups out there. Fortunately, I think some interesting matchups might be on the horizon. You begin with the Franchon Cruz DAZN Savannah Marshall fight that'll take place 2 weeks from now over in the UK. If it's Franchon Cruz DAZN, it is a rematch of their pro debuts from many years ago. That's a pretty interesting fight. If it's Savannah Marshall, it's at a new weight class for new titles. That again becomes an interesting fight. And there are fighters coming up in the 168-pound division that I think would be compelling. You've got Shadesha Green up there at 168. She has proven to be a big-time puncher. Go back and watch her knockout win against Ellen Siderus. That was vicious. If Shadesha Green starts to pile up some wins, puts herself in that world title picture, a matchup between Shields and Green in a year or so, that could be a pretty big one.
Well, we're excited to see what's next for Claressa Shields, but ultimately, guys, we are witnessing greatness, and we have to appreciate that in its form. That is all for us here tonight. It was a thrill to see big-time boxing back in the Motor City. For my colleagues, Chris Algieri, Chris Mannix, Claudia Trejos, Ronnie Duncan, and the entire DAZN crew, so long from Motown.